welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica. Along with me, we have Bill Goessl, who is the promoter of the 11th annual Bayou BBQ Bash. Mr. Goessl is also a part of St. Mary Detachment Marine Corps League, and this is like really what an accomplishment. 11 years ago, this started with the Tellmans, that is Don and Maida Tellman. They were the founders and actually got this all started. And what I love about this is that they're really transplants to this area. But once they moved here, they really wanted to be a part of the community, and they got Bayou BBQ Bash, and it's been going on strong ever since.
Yeah, about 12, 13 years ago, Don and I went to a competition in Mobile, Alabama. And some of the food we were tasting at that competition, we were cooking that in our backyards. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how it got going. And Don got with the BCA and got the barbecue competition coming to Morgan City.
And I love this because when you think about barbecue, honestly, most times people think about Kansas City, places where it's like the barbecue capital of the world. But I think it's nice to be able to showcase barbecue right here in Louisiana.
We have some good teams coming down.
Yeah.
We're going to be at 40 teams, and some of the people that are contacting me are pretty good cooks.
Mm-hmm. But we have a lot of local teams too, as well as some state teams that from
Sure.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's great. Kind of tell me, well, first, again, I wanted to mention the Tellmans. Unfortunately, Mr. Don has since passed away, but his wife is still a part of it, Maida. And she may not necessarily be on the barbecue side, but she makes very good, desserts, cheesecake.
She's the cheesecake queen.
Yeah, she has blessed me a couple of times.
Right. And, we pay out spots 1 through 10, but spot number 11 gets a cheesecake from Maida. So it's almost better coming in 11th than
Right.
8th, 9th, or 10th. So
exactly. That's awesome. And let's talk about just pretty much the elephant or gator in the room. And that's here. These are the trophies.
That's
right?
our trophy. The pit master, the corporate trophy is the big one, and then the ones over my shoulder are the champion and the reserve champion.
Yes, but there's also some jewelry that they could win.
Tell
us about that.
Len Klutz at Klutz Jewelers makes a grand champion ring every year. Mm-hmm. And that's quite a prize, because not many places you can go and get a grand champion ring for the winner.
Now, this is over the course of 3 days. It kicks off on Thursday, July 14th, and it's going to wrap up on the 16th. So the 14th is technically kind of a kickoff part of the business after hours. You get involved with the Chamber of Commerce. And also, you team up with S&P, Shrimp and Petroleum Festival, where they do their poster reveal at the Hampton Inn. And it's really a nice event, networking event, kind of get outside, and even also meet the cooks.
Right. It's a social. We call it Meet the Cooks. I'm going to be there doing pulled pork. Stuart Supply is going to be there doing some ribs, and Stasiones is going to be there doing brisket tacos. So we'll be outside cooking. There'll be JJ Starbuck is going to be doing the music. They'll have a keg of beer outside and bottles of wine. So we'll be outside, and then inside there'll be Maida's doing some food inside, and Shrimp Petroleum doing some food inside. So it's a nice social for business after hours, and you get off work on Thursday, come eat and drink for free.
Look, it's already lunchtime, and just you talking about it, it's like my mouth is watering, because I've been, and it really is so good. But also just getting the chance to network with individuals in our community, like you said, meet the cooks. We have about 40 teams that's going to be participating. Now, when it comes to the food, the day of, which is the 15th and the 16th, let's talk about that, because I think some people think you're going to come out there and, get some of the food. That's not how it works.
No, the cooks are really tight on divulging their secrets. Mm-hmm. So they're cooking just for the competition, and they're turning into the competition. If you want to sample the food, call John Cart, become a judge. Yep. He's looking for judges. But we will have vendors out there. Harlan's going to be out there with Eastgate. He's going to be cooking. Asian Cajun Trailer is going to be there. Keith Leonard with Mama G's food truck. Central Catholic's going to have their fair burgers out there, and Whitney Rogers Snow on the Go. So there will be food out there to eat.
Yes. So of course, right, you could go out there and still have a good time. You just won't get an opportunity to taste the competition, the food, which is okay. But if you want to, you can become a judge, and that is to contact State Farm, which is
Right.
John Cart State
Cart,
Farm
right.
office. So we're going to take a short break. We'll come back, because also, believe it or not, there's also a kids competition as well as arts and crafts. So it's really just a full day for the entire family to come out, and also a band. Come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Long, and with me we have Bill Goessl, and we're talking about the annual Bayou BBQ Bash, which is pretty much, I think it's becoming one of those events that you look forward to because it's been around for 11 years and it has a lot to do with food. In South Louisiana, we love food, and we have a kids queue portion because now the kids can get involved with it. And I'm gonna tell you, barbecuing, it's a serious business.
It is. Canada's is running the kids queue like they've always done, and they'll hand a kid a pork chop and a leg quarter, and that's what they have to cook. And I think they start at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, where their turn-in is at 10:30, and then their judging is either at 11 or 11:30.
Okay.
So that the kids are going to be in the morning.
All right.
And we still have openings for kids, so anybody wants to come out and join,
Okay.
we can get them in.
And also now, when it comes to the adults, and again, serious business, it starts really Friday night. So 5 o'clock, you'll have a band that starts off with Cliff Hillebrand. He's
Right.
going to be at 5 o'clock, but the guns go off at 5:30.
Well, there's a judges meeting at 5 o'clock where all the cooks have to be at the judges meeting. That's when someone will go inspect your pit and inspect your meat. None of the meat can be doctored beforehand. Everything has to be in cryovac, so nothing can be doctored ahead of time. So when after the judges meeting, you're free to start cooking. Now on a brisket, you're looking at a 12 or 14-hour cook, so people are cooking all night long.
Yes, right, which is like through the night, because I know when I hear people talk about barbecue, it's gotta marinate for so long. You gotta get the juices in there. So 5:30 is when they actually start. But when is judging by Saturday? What time?
We cook low and slow, so everything is low and slow. But judging, you put in it has to be a half chicken. That turn-in is at 12 o'clock. St. Louis style ribs, and you put in 7 rib bones. That turn-in is at 1:30. And then brisket turn-in is at 3 o'clock. And brisket turn-in, your brisket has to be the size of a number 2 pencil. I went to one competition where a guy had a 3/8-inch open-end wrench, and if that wrench didn't fit, your brisket didn't fit inside that wrench opening, you were disqualified. So it gets pretty technical. It's serious. They're not playing.
Oh my goodness! Wow, I didn't know it got quite so serious. But like I said, it's serious business, definitely.
Last year we gave out $4,850 total. We pay the top 10 places. So, now granted, the first, second, and third places do make some decent money, but we pay all the way down, and we try and keep it so that, hey, you place in the top 10, especially with the prices of meat these days, at least you can get your costs back.
Right, and I think what people really love about these competitions is bragging rights. Being able to, have this in one of your rooms or your dining room, living room to showcase that, look, I have the best barbecue around.
Well, the local champion, St. Mary Parish champion, is Stewart Supply, and they have a traveling trophy that they've had in their office the entire year.
Yeah.
They have to turn it in next week.
Right.
And it's almost mandatory that they have to come back and fight for their title again.
Okay, right. And we've had a few locals that have won and really has done quite well for them because the word gets out that this is the winner, and so you want to try their foods, especially if they're a restaurant. Let's talk a little bit about the vendor. Oh, I'm sorry, back to the kickoff party again, because I just want to make sure that it is a kickoff party for Bayou BBQ Bash, but you guys are gracious enough to share that spotlight with S&P, and they'll be there with their poster reveal. That's going to take place 5:30 to 8 o'clock at Hampton Inn. And you guys have been hosting it at Hampton Inn for a long time.
Well, it all started when Bob was a member of the chamber, and he started it all at the Hampton, and it just kept going. Bob took it, then Nikki has it, and now Missy has it. So.
Yep. So we have Thursday night, just as a recap for everyone. It kicks off on Friday at 5 o'clock with the band Cliff Hillebrand, and then the next band the next night, actually on Saturday, it's going to be Just Cuz, and that's from 1 to 4. But that's going to be an all-day affair, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We want to also talk about arts and crafts. So you'll have food, you have arts and crafts, and the kids competition as well.
We want to do something that makes people want to come out and enjoy themselves. So arts and crafts, band, beer, Crew of Adonis is doing beer. So we have enough going on.
Awesome. And just as a last tidbit for you guys, if you want to participate, you still have time. Just go online to bcabbq.org or give them a call at the numbers that are 384-3446 or 985-372-8880. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And thank you. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.